We've been on the shelter for like an hour, like midday, probably like 2 o'clock.
This is a breakfast line. Friday, May 28th, and it is 9:49 a.m. I think that's right on the time. I'm just now leaving the Hole Hostel, which was an amazing experience. Totally recommend this place. Come see Neville. It's awesome. Food was great. The community is amazing. My best hostel experience to date, for sure. So I got to walk the half a mile on the gravel, get back up to the trail, and then Mrs. Shoes is on her way to Pearisburg. I've got 9 miles to go to be able to meet up with her. Really looking forward to that. All right, there's where the trail came out yesterday, and we took our detour. Here we go, back in the woods. Oh, it is exactly 10 o'clock, by the way. All right, so hiking along, and I met this fellow. And what's your trail name, sir?
Trail name's Tigger.
Cool, Tigger. Why are you hiking the AT?
Well, it's been a long time dream of mine, and then when I thought that everything had changed and you'd never get the chance to do something like this, life has a way of opening up some doors and making it possible. And so I'm getting to kind of fulfill and chase the dream that I had long written off. So super stoked to be out here.
Very cool. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, and definitely a pleasure to hike with you.
Likewise.
Cool. Thank you, Tigger.
You're welcome.
I've got 8 miles to go to get to Pearisburg. I've been chatting with Mrs. Shoes on the phone. She's stuck on Interstate 64, and there's a car crash up ahead of her, so she's got to wait till they clean it all up. I'm just glad she's not in it. I get nervous every time she takes a long trip. She's an excellent driver. I'm just paranoid, I guess. I'm worried about her. Look at all the catawbas. First ones I've seen today. By the way, while I was at the hostel, I got to meet the meandering Megan B from YouTube. She's a real nice girl. I watched her Foothills Trail videos, and then her start of the AT. But apparently she had a metatarsal fracture, and she had to get off trail. She walked on it for 150 miles before getting off trail to take a break and heal up. And she was working at the hostel, the Hole Hostel. There goes Mr. Halfway. I've leapfrogged him for a long time. He's a real good dude. What song was that? Oh, okay, wow. No kidding.
Up ahead, looking over the town of Pearisburg, it says.
These guys got ahead of me, and then they pulled off trail, and then they caught up to me again. So we've been enjoying walking together and chatting. Look, you can see the rain. Beautiful view. Look at these flame azaleas. Look at the color. Catawbas. It's a beautiful section. Oh, finally starting to get to see some civilization, and headed on to the next road crossing. All right, I think we finally made it to the next road crossing, and maybe final short-term destination. We need to end the day off. I rode with Alan and Kim on a shuttle, went to the hotel where Brad was, and Mrs. Shoes met us there. Mrs. Shoes got to meet my tramley of the last couple of weeks, and then she has taken me out to dinner, and we're gonna zero for the next 2 days. So we're talking about maybe going hiking Monday and see. So I will check back in. So it's Monday, May 31st, Memorial Day. I am in Pearisburg at mile 637.0. I came off trail the other day right over there. Went into town. I'm here with Mrs. Shoes. I've had double zero with her and just now getting back on trail. Had a great time, but the trail's calling, so I got to get back and turn some miles. Thank you, baby. I love you. Be careful. Show these nice, pretty clean feet before I get them all dirty again. So I dropped a few gear items, traded a few gear items. I picked up the bug net, which I'll go through when I set it up. I sent home the wool socks. Don't think I'm going to be needing those anymore. I only slept in them anyway. I sent home the wool underlayer shirt. Shouldn't need that anymore. I've still got long sleeves on for mornings. I've got the puffy for any real cold weather that should pop up or camp. And this time Mrs. Shoes pointed out that it's only going to be today and 4 more days until we see each other again. So she suggested I leave my sandals. And I jumped at that idea because that's like 12, I think it's 12 ounces, something like that, off my pack. So I'm not going anywhere, not going in anywhere. I don't really need them. So I decided to take her up on that and ditch them. A sensitive spot on the pad of my foot, and feels like I've kind of bruised, like maybe the knuckle under there where the toe joins the metatarsal. I've done that several times before. It usually goes away in a couple days. You step on a rock just right, it can bruise that joint. Apparently I must have done that a couple days ago, but it's nothing, you know, it's nothing serious. It's a little bit of discomfort, but it'll go away. Got to get up close and personal with a pumice stone. That was really nice, and took away a lot of rough skin. So that should make a big difference. It's always nice to refresh the skin on the feet. Alright, back in the woods again, and looks like this is where I finally leave town. You guys know how much I love rhododendrons. I just wanted to show this concentration of babies. Wow, look at them all. These are all maximums. There's a ton of them right here. That's neat to see, and all that new growth pushing up. A little bit more and then I promise I'll stop. Wow. Gets me all excited. little bit of a road walk here. Wow, ends right here. Not bad at all. There we go, right back in the woods. I just ran into Dart, the gentleman who gave me my trail name, and Pickles. They're doing a 20-mile slack pack southbound. And Dart, I don't know why he hates himself. He's doing the 24 challenge, which is 24 beers and 24 miles in 24 hours. He said he's feeling it today. So he said he's going to take a 0 tomorrow and get rid of all the alcohol. And he said he's got some virus or something kind of holding him down. And then he'll be back at it. So hopefully he will catch back up. Be able to spend some time with him. He's a real good kid. I like him. There's flowering mountain laurels as far as the eye could see down through there. That's awesome. Alright, I got like 1.6 or so miles left to a piped spring up here. And I think there's an 11-mile waterless stretch after that, so I may hang it up somewhere close to this spring. And then do a bigger day tomorrow. That'll put me, I don't know, I think 7 miles today, which is nothing. But it gets me down the trail a little bit more. And I got to spend the first part of the day with Mrs. Shoes and had lunch with her. And it'll set me up for tomorrow having a good water supply to make those miles. So I'm very fortunate that there is a pipe spring up here, and according to the comments, it's still flowing. One thought I'm thinking about implementing on my hiking is, instead of a mileage goal, I'm thinking more what I should do is have a time goal. Because the terrain's going to vary. There's going to be things that I can't really control. So I think on an average day, if I shoot for a 7 to 7 walking rule. So basically I walk from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And of course I'll take a couple little breaks in there somewhere. I could even add a minimum mileage. So as long as I do at least 15. But if I can do more in 7 to 7, I should do that. There's Rocket and Crabman. I think they're headed up to the shelter. So here's another idea I've been kicking around. I get to see Mrs. Shoes again in another week for basically 2 0 days in a row. Then it's going to be about 3 more weeks before I see her again. What I'm thinking about is, when I see her again in the 3 weeks, spend my time with her, and then have her take me to DC, to the airport, jump on a plane, go to Bangor, and then go ahead and start basically at Katahdin and head south and do a flip-flop. Now here's my reasoning for that. I'm gonna have to have a plane ride at the end of this thing regardless to get home. Okay? After I see her that time, I will not get to see her again until the end of the hike. If I go ahead and summit Katahdin and start heading south, I'm still doing my through hike. You know, within a year, it's just turning into a flip-flop hike instead of a northbound, a pure northbound. Then what I gain is that I take the deadline off of summiting Katahdin before the park closes. will basically remove the chance of having to walk in any more snow through the mountains, you know, through the Whites and on Katahdin. So I'm in favor of that idea. And then the other thing is that I'll be more highly motivated to walk toward home than away from home. Now that's not really, that's more of a psychological thing, I think. But I'm going to look into that. I'm going to look into what plane tickets would cost, how much time it would cost me to, you know, to do that. I'm thinking probably a day or two at the most. But regardless, that takes off the deadline anyway. Plus then I could get to see what it's like to do a southbound hike too. I would basically go ahead and get all the rough stuff out of the way, you know, right then. I'll be about another month into this thing, another month fit. Go ahead and get all the rough stuff out of the way, and then it's basically, you know, smooth sailing all the way back. So, I don't know. Just been kicking that idea around. All right, made it to the water source. So Crabman and Rocket are filling up. Hey dude, what's up?
What up?
Hey Rocket.
It's going.
Alright, it's about 7:20 and I have less than 1/10 of a mile to get to Ricefield Shelter. So I think I'm gonna check it out. It'd be a nice place to sleep right there. See what's available up here. I really didn't want to go too much past the water source, but there wasn't. You had to look hard for a sleeping spot back there, so I just decided to come on. Wouldn't mind to be right up there either. We'll see. Yeah, and here's the view off to my left. Pretty amazing. I can hear Crabman up ahead. So the shelter must be close. Here's another better shot of the view up here. Wow. And the shelter's up over there. And looky there. There was such a high concentration of ticks in the area of Ricefield Shelter, I ended up staying the night in the shelter to take refuge from the ticks.